So hi class, this is a video on what's the exercise? It's on binomial probability formula. Okay, all right. So you don't really need to know how we get the formula, but I do want to explain how the formula looks like so that you can understand at least what's going on. So a blank page. So now, first of all, formula. It's N choose R. I'm not sure if you remember this particular formula here, N choose R, and this was from, I believe, Unit 8 on permutations and combinations, and then it's like N items you choose R. So this is actually N choose R, followed by the probability of success to the R power times it by 1 minus P. So here P is a probability of success and 1 minus P is probability of failure, right? And to raise to the power of N minus R. Okay, so part by part, let me explain. So this is N choose R, okay? N choose R, and it has a formula. It's n factorial divided by r factorial divided by n minus r factorial. This is a long way of finding it. On the calculator, there's an easier way to figure this one out. And choose r. And I can show you that in a second. So if you just need to figure out what the n is, okay? You need to figure out what the n is. You need to figure out what the r is, right, with the value, and you need to figure out what the P is. Because once you figure out those three things, you can just substitute it in here, and that would work. Okay, so let's look at this. Casey ran out of time while taking a multiple choice test and plans to guess on the last 10 questions. Each question has 5 possible choices, one of which is correct. Let X be equals the number of answers Casey correctly guesses in the last 10 questions. So B, I, N, S. This is a binomial random variable. So is it binary outcomes? Well, either he gets it right or he gets it wrong, right? Independent. It doesn't say whether is it, so we can only assume. So the 10% rule, right? Since in the question it doesn't mention about whether the questions are independent from each other or the options are independent from each other, we are going to make the assumption, all right, the 10% rule that there are. So here n is 10, right? Here n is 10. And if you multiply that by 10, it's 100. So is it safely can we assume that there are 100 questions in this multiple choice? I guess we have to, right, in this case. So independence rule is satisfied. So n, fixed number of trial. When we just said that n equals to 10. And the probability of success, you have 5 possible choices, one of which is correct. So you have 1 out of 5, which is a 0.2 chance of guessing it correct, right? So, so here they want which of the following would find probability such that out of the 10 questions, right, that you answer exactly 2 correct, right? Let X be the number of answers Casey correctly guesses. So out of 10 questions, Casey actually guessed exactly 2 of them correctly. So that's your R. R equals to 2 and N equals to 10. And then P is the probability of success, which is 1 over 5. right? And that is 0.2. Okay, that's 0.2. So it's 10 choose 2, right? 10 choose 2, and it's 0.2 raised to the second power times zero point 0.8. Now, why 0.8? Because it's 1 minus 0.2. So what is 1 minus 0.2 is 0.8 to 10 minus 2, which is 8. Now, notice something. This 2 and this 8, when you add them up, it will always be equals to this number 10. Okay? So, if you look at the options that we have, right, which one would work? So it's 10 choose 2, right? 1/5 to the second power times by 1 minus 1/5, which is 4/5 to the 8th power. Okay, so I know it's done, but I'm going to keep doing it. Studio. So here, a company has 500 employees. 60 of them have children. 60% of them have children. So if you randomly pick one employee, from the company, there is a 60% chance that the employee you picked, that you randomly select, 60% chance that that employee has children. Suppose we randomly select 4 of these employees. Which of the following would find the probability that exactly 3 out of the 4 employees um, selected have children? 3 out of the 4. So if you look at it, 3 out of the 4. Now we need to figure out what so my n is 4, right? Because there's only 4 employees. And we hear the value is 3 out of the 4. And it says the probability of success, it's 60%, so it's 0.6. So to find probability that x equals to 3, right? Exactly 3 out of the 4 will be 4 choose 3, 0.6 raised to the third power times 0.4 raised to the 1 power. 3 plus 1 equals to 4. So that will be your answer, right? According to the formula. You do not need to worry about how to use that, right? Yeah, this one will work. Okay? Now, um, okay. So maybe the next question, then we end there. So a small college has 800 students, 10% of which are left-handed. Suppose they take an SRS of 8 students. So if you want to check the condition, whether is this a binomial random variable, just, maybe look at the 10%. So what is 10% of 800 students? 80, right? 10% is 80. And is 8 less than 80? Yes, it is. So the independence rule is satisfied. So left-handed, right? Is there a binary outcomes, whether is it left-handed or right-handed, right? So it's only two outcomes, and then n fixed number of trial, it's 8, and the probability of success, it's 10%, for which anyone that you pick, there's a chance that that person, there's 10% chance that that person is left-handed. So L equals to the number of left-handed students in the sample of 8 students, and they want exactly 2. So I would guess, right, the answer would be 8 choose 2, right? Find one that says 8 choose 2, and then probability of success raised to the second power. So 2, 2. Notice that? And then 1 minus zero point 0.1, which is 0.9, and then raised to the 6, because 6 plus 2 is 8. So the answer is C. Now, I do want to show you how the calculator would be able to calculate all this for you. And I just want to introduce it right here. So you go to second vars, then you go to binom. There's binom. Now there's a difference between binom PDF and binom CDF. Binom PDF is when you want an exact number, right? So here we want exactly 2 out of the 8. So let me go to PDF. They will ask you, what's your number of trial? Well, here it's fixed at 8. and the probability of success is 0.1. And here we wanted 2, right? Of the exactly 2. So see, if you work this out, 8 choose 2 times zero point 0.1 squared times 0.9 to the 6th power, it will be 0.1488, right? So 0.15. Now I can show you how this works. So if you press 8 and then go to math and then go to PRB, do you see number 3? And choose R, NCR. So if you pick number 3 and I pick number 2, now it's 28. And I want to multiply that by zero point 0.1, but raise it to the 2nd power. Okay? And then times it by 0.9, raise it to the 6th power. Ladies and gentlemen, do you see that this two number, the results are the same? So you can work this out individually and then multiply them, or you can use the binomial PDF. So if you have any question, please let me know. I'll be glad to help, and take care. Bye bye.